Car, Gentle.
Gabawo Car, Ban Yahawda, Ban Yasharala.
Gabawo Car, Bun Yahawda, Bun Yashala.
Yah Bashim Yah Shabaraka Thumb.
Yah Bashim Yah Shabaraka Thumb.
La Yasha'al.
Margin, which means the same. All right, Saw is turned. Turn to face the east. East in this building, straight ahead.
Lord spread in the Hebrew, Abanaw, Shabbat Shemayim, Dash, Ayah, Shamkah, Yahweh, Malakwa, Aba'ah, Batazai, Ayah, Aisha, Baratazah, Kawa, Hayah, Washamayim, Nathan Lanau, Lakam, Yawam, Wasalak Lanau, Kawawak now, Kasalak now, Kawawaki now, Wala'ah, Ayah now, Manasa Yawan, Abba, Awashai now, Ayan, Ra, Kaya, Laka, Malakwa, Waha'ala, Watapa'ara, Lawalamya, Aman.
All right, in English, Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day. Our daily bread. And forgive us our debts. As we forgive our debtors. And lead us not. Into temptation. But deliver us from evil. Thine is the kingdom. And the power. And the glory. Forever so be it.
So be it.
So Hakak, prayer for the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Baba Kashah. Lathan now. Hakak. Larapa'ah. Kal Matawa. Hakak. Matahar, Matazarium, Hakak, Lahakayam, Mathiam, Hakak, Arakawa, Tama'ala, Garashan, Hashem Yahushua,
all right, in English, Yahweh. In the name of Yahushua. Please. Give us the power. The power to heal. All manner of sickness. And all manner of disease. The power to cleanse the lepers. The power to raise the dead. The power against unclean spirits. To cast them out. In the name of Yahushua. Thank you, so be it.
Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah, Ayanya, Ahayam, Ma'ayam, Yaba'ah, Azariah, Yahweh, Aisha, Shemayim, Baratazah, Ayathan, Namawat, Galka, Al Yanawan, Shamarka, Hana, La'ah, Yanawan, Wala'ah, Yayashan, Shavamah, Yasharala, Yahweh, Shamarka, Yahweh, Kazalka, Yamayanka, Salaki, Wayamam, Ashamash, La'ah, Yakalka, Wayarak, Walayala, Yahweh, Shamarka, Makam, Ra, Yashamar, Matana Pashka, Yahweh, Yashamar, Tazalka, Wabawa'aka, Wa'ai, Awalam.
All right, Psalms 121 in English. I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills.
I will lift up my eyes unto the hills.
From whence cometh my help?
From whence cometh my help?
My help cometh from Yahweh.
My help cometh from Yahweh,
which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee.
He that keepeth thee
will not slumber.
will not slumber.
Behold.
Behold.
He that keepeth Israel.
He that keepeth Israel
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite me by day.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
Nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
And thy coming in.
and thy coming in.
From this time forth.
From this time forth.
And even forevermore.
And even forevermore.
So be it.
So be it.
Right, this is the blessings in the Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Why Yahweh Shah.
Why Yahweh Shah.
Wa ma'aka'ala.
Wa ma'aka'ala.
Wa ma'alahayim.
Wa ma'alahayim.
Watazabiyah.
Watazabiyah.
Alawap Yahana.
Alawap Yahana.
Alawapyam.
Alawapyam.
Asaranium.
Asaranium.
Akaptazalium.
Akaptazalium.
Alkalyalium.
Alkalyalium.
Akwathium.
Akwathium.
Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah.
Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah.
Rahman.
All right. Now in the English. Bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh.
And Yahweh Shah.
And Yahweh Shah.
And Michael.
And Michael.
And the angels.
And the angels.
Commanding General Yohanan.
Commanding General Yohanan.
The generals.
The generals.
The captains.
The captains.
The
The officers.
The troops.
The troops.
And the sisters.
And the sisters.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shah.
In the name of Yahweh Shah.
Thank you, so be it.
Thank you, so be it.
Okay. All right. Psalms 83. Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahaya.
Alahaya.
Al Damiyah Lakah.
Al Damiyah Lakah.
Al Takarash.
Al Takarash.
Al Dashakwat.
Al Dashakwat.
Al Kayahana.
Kayahana.
Al Yabyaka.
Al Yabyaka.
Yahama Yawan.
Yahama Yawan.
Wamasha'aw.
Wamasha'aw.
Nasha'awa.
Nasha'awa.
Ra'ash.
Ra'ash.
Al Aimaka.
Al Aimaka.
Ya'ara Yamwa.
Ya'ara Yamwa.
Sawa.
Sawa.
Wayataya Ai Tazawa.
Wayataya Ai Tazawa.
Al Tazapawanyaka.
Al Tazawanyaka.
Amawa.
Amawa.
Lakawa.
Lakawa.
Wanakakida.
Wanakakida.
Magalia.
Magalia.
Wala'a.
Wala'a.
Yazakar.
Yazakar.
Shom Yasha'al.
Shom Yasha'al.
Aiwad.
Aiwad.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Nawa Ai Tazawa.
Nawa Ai Tazawa.
La.
La.
Yakadwa.
Yakadwa.
Al Yakar.
Al Yakar.
Bayath.
Bayath.
Yakarathwa.
Yakarakwa.
Alahaya.
Alahaya.
Adawam.
Adawam.
Wamashama'alia.
Wamashama'alia.
Mawa'aba.
Mawa'aba.
Wahagaria.
Wahagaria.
Gabal.
Gabal.
Wa'aimawan.
Wa'aimawan.
Wa'aimalak.
Wa'aimalak.
Halashak.
Halashak.
I'm Yeshabya.
I'm Yeshabya.
Tazawar.
Tazawar.
Gum Ashawar.
Gum Ashawar.
Nalawa.
Nalawa.
Aimam.
Aimam.
Hayawa.
Hayawa.
Zarawat.
Zarawat.
Labanya Lawat.
Labanya Lawat.
Selah.
Selah.
Aishalaham.
Aishalaham.
Kabmadian.
Kabmadian.
Kasayasara'a.
Kasayasara'a.
Kayabian.
Kayabian.
Banakal.
Banakal.
Kwayashuan.
Kwayashuan.
Nashamadwa.
Nashamadwa.
Ba'ayandaira.
Ba'ayandaira.
Hayawa.
Hayawa.
Daman.
Daman.
La'adama.
La'adama.
Shayatamwa.
Shayatamwa.
Nadayamawa.
Nadayamawa.
Ka'ira.
Ka'ira.
Wakaza'aba.
Wakaza'aba.
Wakazabak.
Wakazabak.
Wakatazalmanai.
Wakatazalmanai.
Cow.
Cow.
Messiah Kamu.
Messiah Kamu.
Ashar.
Ashar.
Amawa.
Amawa.
Nayarasha.
Nayarasha.
Lanawa.
Lanawa.
Ah. Na'aiwat.
Na'aiwat.
Alahaya.
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 Shayatamwa.
Shayatamwa.
Kagargala.
Kagargala.
Kakwash.
Kakwash.
Lapanyarakal.
Lapanyarakal.
Kayash.
Kayash.
Dabaira Yaira.
Dabaira Yaira.
Wakalahaba.
Wakalahaba.
Lapanyarakal.
Lapanyarakal.
Kairash.
Kairash.
Stop. Talahat.
Talahat.
Hayam, Khan, Daradapma, Basa Iraka, Waba Sabapathka, Dabahalam, Mala'ah, Panyaham, Kuala One, Wayabakwashwa, Shemka, Yahawa, Yabashwa, Wayabahawa, Ayai, Wayakapawa, Wayaibadwa, Wayadaiwa, Kaya, Ata, Shemka, Yahawa, Labaka, Al-Yawan, Ka, Ha'aratazar, Aman. Psalms 83 in English. Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
And hold not thy peace.
And hold not thy peace.
And be not still.
And be not still.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
For
For lo,
thine enemies make a tumult.
thy enemies make a tumult.
And they did hate thee.
And they that hate thee.
They have lifted up their head.
And lifted up their head.
They have taken crafty counsel.
They have taken crafty counsel.
Against thy people.
Against thy people.
And consulted. Against thy hidden ones.
Against thy hidden ones.
They have said. Come.
And
let us cut them off.
And let us cut them off.
From being a nation. That the name of Israel. May be no more in remembrance. They have consulted together. With one consent. They are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom.
And
the Ishmaelites. Of Moab. And the Hagarenes. Gabal. And Ammon. And Amalek. The Philistines. With the inhabitants of Tyre. Ashur also is joined with them. They have opened the children of Lot. Selah. Do unto them. As unto the Midianites. As to Sisera. As to Jabin. At the brook of Kison. Which perished in Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make them nobles. Like Oreh. Like Zeed. Yea. All their princes. As Zabah. And as Zamunah. Who said, let us take to ourselves. The houses of Yahweh. In possession. O my power. Make them like a wheel. As the stubble before the wind. As the fire burneth the wood. As the flame set the mountains on fire. So persecute them. With thy tempest. And make them afraid. With thy stone. Fill their faces with shame. That they may seek thy name. O Yahweh. Let them be confounded. And trouble forever. Yea. Let them be put to shame. And perish. That men may know. That thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the Most High. Over all the earth. So be it. All right, Saul, it's turn. Seated. Shalom Israel. Yahweh Shema Shah brought them thumb to the brothers. Yahweh Shema El Shema Shah to the sisters. So Oklahoma Sabbath service. If you're black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, this is where you should be. Sunday on Friday to Sunday on Saturday. I mean, that's the holy Sabbath of the Most High. It's not Sunday. Sunday is just you worship the Roman gods. You just really sinning against the Most High if you find yourself in church on Sunday. So today, the topic of today's Sabbath service is we're gonna go on a precept. We're gonna go on a precept on 2 Peter 1 and 10, which means make your election sure. Make your election sure. And that's something that we should all think about. That's something to think about. Really had me thinking about it, from this last weekend, I was I went to the ER because I had chest pains, you know, and then sitting, when you're laying in the hospital, you wonder, you know, a whole lot of things going through your mind. One thing is going on, how did I get here? How did I get here? I want to examine myself. What am I doing wrong? How am I getting here? What is the Lord trying to show me?
Right.
What's the Lord trying to show me? Why am I here? And everything, you know, something. And you know, and I see where it's like you're going like it's the precept that General Mahina brought out about the conditions of the battle, which is important in the apocryphal, and that was like one of them that just hit me. This is condition of the battle.
Yeah, right.
This is condition of the battle. You're gonna have problems. You don't know why they go happening. Why the Lord is doing it. You know what I'm saying? So it's really like paying attention, making your election sure. Understanding like the things that we do, like in the school, like being a priest unto the Most High. Being a priest unto the Most High, so much is like you are obligated to do so much. You're obligated to do so much. You know, and then like when being in the hospital, it's like I'm not feeling what the doctor's saying. I'm never feeling what the doctor's saying. I'm just like, oh wait, whatever. You know, they say, oh maybe I'm this, and they guessing, maybe about this, maybe it's this, and I'm just like, no. Maybe it's stress, you know. Then when they say the stress part, I was like, well, am I stressing? I'm not really stressing. Like, I'm not really like we want to get the job done. Right. We want to get the job done. We want to get the Lord, because it's the Lord's work. It's not nobody else's. It's not like that's why I always like to tell people. I say it's not Commander General Yohana's truth. It's the Lord's truth.
That's right.
It's the Lord's work. You know what I'm saying? And the Lord put Commander General Yohana in charge to order us to do the Lord's work. You know, so it's like a whole lot of things that I'm going through as I'm sitting there in the hospital. You know, and like the doctor's like, and when I get in there, like my blood pressure goes up. So the doctor said me, well, your blood pressure went in. So the doctor told me, said, don't worry about that. She said, don't worry about that, because when a lot of times when people come to the hospital, it's like, normally their blood pressure is going to go up. That's going to happen when you get into the hospital because you're in the hospital, you know. So I was like, because I could just check my blood pressure before I left, you know. So everything was good. I get to the hospital, my blood pressure is just high, you know, and stuff like that. You know? But I'm sitting there thinking like, I'm cool, I'm good, you know. Well, how the hell is my blood pressure up? You know, so they said, okay, we got to sit. So I was there like, man, for a long time, you know, some hours, you know, and stuff like that. I mean, then these precepts come to your mind and make your election sure. Mm-hmm. Make your election sure. Go ahead and read that, brother, 2 Peter's
1:10, sir. 1:10. The book of 2 Peter, chapter 1, verse 10. Wherefore, brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election sure.
To give diligence. That means that stay on top of it. Give diligence. You know what I'm saying? Be diligent in it. You know, be diligent in it and making your election sure. You know, this is like really examine yourself. Examine yourself. Like the things that you and that's what's so special. I mean, it's so special to me with General Sharma. He used to always tell us, and he used to tell us every time that, hey, make sure y'all brothers examining yourself. Examine yourself daily, you know, all the time. You want to be on point with the Most High. Right. You know, you want to be on point with the Most High. You don't want to be like doing something. You don't want to like do something that you ain't supposed to be doing. Examine yourself and do it. And the main thing is like doing things right. Right. Doing things right. Doing things in order. You know what I'm saying? So examine yourself. You know, so that's why it's heavy when it says, you know, give diligence. You know, to make your calling and election sure. You know, your calling, your election. Hey, we not the Christian church. Ain't nobody come in here and we say we decided to make Christ our Lord and Savior. Right. To accept Him. Right. You know, nah, this ain't the Christian church. Right. The Lord chose you. Right. Out of a whole lot of people, the Lord chose us to come in here, be the priests, right, sisters, you know, be in here, you know, they chose you. Right. You know? So if once we get in here, we gotta make our election sure. Right. We gotta make sure we're doing the right thing. You know what I'm saying? Because it's easy to go. I was watching, and it's so crazy. I'm sitting at home and I'm watching YouTube, and I'm watching these videos, And I'm watching old videos of camp videos in D.C., you know, where the camp. And I'm watching, we was in there, and I'm looking at the hardcore brothers that was in the camp with me. And I counted, and the 3 people still in the truth.
Right.
All the brothers dropped their sword. You know what we call in the truth, like when you leave the truth, if you're a priest, the brother, you drop your sword. You know? So I'm just sitting here watching the video, and I'm watching these hardcore brothers. At that time, ain't no way in the world I could think these brothers going to leave the truth.
Right.
Ain't no way in the world, because these hardcore brothers, they sitting there doing the same thing what we doing, going to class, doing Sabbath service, you know, speaking all hard. And I looked at it and said, it was General Q, Captain Isupk, and myself. We was the only 3 that was still in the truth, you know? Because brothers fell out, they dropped their sword, you know? You know, and this is why you have to make your election sure. You know, make your election sure. The Lord chose us.
That's right.
He chose us to get up in here and do this work. You know? And then, like, so I was like, these things, like, hit me while I'm sitting there laying in the hospital. These things hit me to make your election sure. You know? Because the Lord could have been like, hey, your time, who you are, is up.
Yeah, right.
You know? Y'all see me in the reincarnation. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So it was like that. So, you know, that's why this is just so heavy when it says make your election sure.
Right.
Because what is election? Somebody getting chosen.
That's right.
You know, they're picking somebody. The Lord chose us.
That's right.
So now we got to stay on our game. We got to make sure our election is sure. You know? That's what we doing, brother.
For if ye do these things, ye shall never fall.
Goodness. You do these things, you should never fall.
That's right.
You should never fall. That's what hit me when I'm looking at these brothers. I'm just like, man, you know what I'm saying? These brothers, man. One brother reached out to captain, man, and dropped the sword. You know, and the other brothers was just so hardcore that I ain't never think of them ever leaving. You know, I mean, while you there in those moments,
right.
We going to camp and everything like we are now.
Right.
Ain't no other way I think them brothers gonna leave, you know?
Right.
But they did, you know? So we definitely gotta make our election sure so we will never fall. So we never fall. And that's just really something that just we're obligated to do. You know? That's why it was just so heavy when General Sharma, he just hit us with it like can we go to camp? Almost every weekend he hit us with it. Hey, you know, examine yourself. Examine yourself. Because you're gonna be, you know, people, brothers and sisters, all down through the years, brothers and sisters came into the truth and fell out. You know, brothers and sisters came in the classes and everything. Some sisters was dynamite sisters. You know, dynamite sisters, and you look, man, she ain't there no more. What happened to her? Man, she was a dynamite sister all the time, man, doing so many things. She gone. She not been here, you know. I mean, this is the Lord's work. This is the Lord's work, and it's an honor to be chosen. That He chose me to be up in here. You know, be up in here. You know, it's an honor.
Yeah, right, sir.
You know, yeah, brother.
Hey, if I could.
Yeah, go ahead. No sweat. No sweat.
You know, piggyback off what you
Go ahead, brother.
said.
Go
Back
ahead.
in 2014. Because what he's bringing out is heavy, because you're not here for no any reason. You're here because the Most High chose you to be in here. Like, it ain't no coincidence. You could have been in the Christian church. Get lied to.
That's right.
Getting robbed of your money. But the Most High woke you up, told you to woke you up to come into this ISUPK building, these classes.
Yeah, right.
Read what you got, huh?
The book of Matthew, chapter 22, verse 14. For many are called.
For how many called?
For many are called.
Many are called to come to this truth. Many. Read on.
But few are chosen.
Very few are chosen. And if you're in these classes right now, you've been chosen.
That's right.
Read.
Verse 15.
Now drop that and give me James 1 and 8. Yeah, so you're not here by no coincidence. Most High chose to wake you up and give you instructions to do. So it's up to you to do it.
That's it.
Now we don't even in the ISUPK, we're not worried about the people that leave this truth.
Damn right.
Most of them die off anyway. Like a few of them left and died. Like, because it's a spiritual battle. It's not, I mean, hey, we're your brothers and your sisters, but it's not us. it's a spiritual thing. It's a spiritual that you came in here, so it's a spiritual thing. You dropped your sword and you got dealt with. I mean, that's how it is.
Right.
1 and 8.
The book of James, chapter 1, verse 8. A double-minded man.
What kind of man?
A double-minded man.
I want to do the Lord's work on the Sabbath in this day, but the rest of the week, I'm going to do what I want to do.
A double-minded man.
Being double-minded. Read on.
Is unstable in all his ways.
So his whole life is going to be unstable. Like, he don't know where to go. He have no direction. Like,
right.
He's following this and following that. Go whichever way the wind blows. He's not in control.
Right.
Read.
Verse 9.
Now read it from the top again.
Verse 8. A double-minded man.
So you don't want to be double-minded. You want to let the Most High guide your footsteps.
Right.
Read.
Is unstable in all his
You
ways.
don't want to be unstable. Unstable is falling off and just not in control.
Right.
Let the Most High lead and you follow what the Most High say.
Damn right.
Because if you tried your own way, look where it got you. You chose the wrong man. You chose the wrong woman. I mean, and look where you at.
Right.
We tried our way for too long. We tried the Christian way for too long. We tried Martin Luther King way and look what it got us.
Right.
We tried it all the wrong way. Now it's time to put your faith in the Most High and not the faith in Christianity. Don't put your faith in Islam because it'll fail you every time.
Damn right.
Go ahead, okay?
Come on, man. Who's saying crazy? Who's saying crazy? Who's saying crazy? Give it this. Now, brother, give me John 6 and 65.
The book of John, chapter 6, verse 65. And he said, therefore said I unto you, that no man can come unto me, except it were given unto him of my Father.
No man can come to be given. Right, you're saying no man can come to him unless the Lord chose him.
That's right.
The Lord chose her. You know?
Right.
The Lord chooses us to be in this truth.
Right.
You know? And it's an honor to be in it. You know,
Right.
and the Lord chose me to be in it. You know, the Lord chose, and I look at the kids. Hey, they must have been some bad dudes in their past life.
Right.
For the Lord to choose them to get in here, and
Right.
as a kid, to be born in the truth. I mean, and to be raised in the truth and born in the truth.
Right.
I mean, come on. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, read on, brother.
Verse 65, verse 66, lock it. From that time, many of his disciples went back.
Oh. Many of his disciples went back. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
And he had like 5,000. Only end up with 12? You know what I'm saying? That's something right there.
Right.
Many of them went back. Many of them just couldn't deal with it. You know? Man, we don't.
And walk no more with him.
And walk no more. Man, can you imagine that? I mean, you walking with the Savior.
Right.
The man who sent from the Most High, you know, sent his special son to be here. And when you walked with him, but he was like, no. I mean, definitely, that's some scary.
Right.
That's some nigga shit.
Right.
It's a lie. You're like,
That's terrible.
and that puts you in the mind of how
God.
we was walking with Moses, and Moses, the Most High
God.
used Moses to spread the sea open so you can walk through.
God.
You witnessing the miracles and the power of the Most High, but yet you want to turn around like Lot's wife and turn into a pillar of salt.
Right.
I mean, you see all the stuff that the Most High doing, like, if I see the sea spread open just so I can travel through it, man, I'm dedicating everything to you. You know, like, but what our people want to do, go back to Egypt.
Right.
Go back to worship statues and idols. When you got a real power, man, that's calling you to do what he said do, so he can take care of you, give you instruction on how to live perfect lives.
Right.
But what the Christian church say, oh, only Jesus is perfect, you can't be perfect.
Exactly.
That's a lie, because the Bible called Job perfect. Perfection is not, oh, I do everything right. Perfect is keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments. The pastor tell you that they done away with. But God said his commandments will do it forever. Forever. So who's lying? Hey, it's a lie. You can't go there.
Both sides crazy.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Good. Like, so heavy because the Christian church, they don't put nothing on these people in the church, man. They tell them they already saved. You understand? And if you feel like you already saved, you don't feel like you got nothing to do. You ain't got nothing to do. You ain't got to keep no laws. You ain't got to love your brothers, your sisters. You ain't got to do none of that. That's why it's just a fashion show when you come up in that now. You know what I mean? It's just who looks the best now. You know what I mean? We already saved, so all we got to do is keep coming on Sunday morning and put the best outfit on. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot.
That's what the Christian church is. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, you don't have no guidelines. You have no guidelines. So, I mean, how in the world can you be righteous unto the Most High? I mean, it's so sick and twisted. You know what I'm saying? So when you get all these men walking, understanding that, hey, this brother, Yahweh Shai, he's dropping it. Right. This brother's raising the dead. You know, and you still turn away from him. That's something. That's what I love when Isupk became the commander in honor. The laws are explained to us.
Right.
They're explained to it, broken down. Oh, wait a minute. It hit you, right? When you first come in, it hit you like, oh, I didn't know I was doing that.
Right.
I'm guilty. Like, everybody's guilty when they're coming in. Because it wasn't known to us that we got to keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. And then they're so simple. Like, come on, if you getting that little shape-up line on your head, that's against the law. If you doing, you know what I'm saying? You eat crab, shrimp, and lobster, that's against the law. You know what I'm saying? You marrying oppressors, you know, that's against the law. So it's like, it's law, you know? So it hit us all the time. Like, man, you know what I'm saying?
And it's heavy what you're saying because they ordained it.
Right.
They ordain your wickedness. Like this society telling you it's okay to eat pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. Everything that this society stands for goes against what the Most High said. That's why homosexuality is running rapid. That's why the music is kill that nigga, sleep with his wife. It's to destroy us.
Right, exactly.
It's to keep us from following the laws and the statutes of the Most High, man. What to do and what not to do. What to eat, what not to eat. I mean, we need these things I mean, come on. Now you got herbalists coming out talking about, oh, you can eat this and then you eat this and you're going to be cool. But no, that ain't how it is. The Most High gave us the dietary law on what to eat, what not to eat.
Right.
Oh, you eating flesh. You eating animal flesh. You know, the Most High said it was okay to eat certain animals and don't eat certain animals. But you just can't come and teach us anything because the Bible's already laid down. You 1,300 years late. You 13,000 years too late. It's like Islam. Y'all came after Christ was resurrected. 600 years too late. Try again. Most already laid down the foundation, and it's up to us to pick it up and to follow and to do it. Not only be hearers of His word, but be doers of His word. I mean, you got to apply it to your daily lives. Every day, we live by these words, man. Love your brother like you love yourself. That's the end of gangbang. That's the end. That's the end of pimping and prostitution. If you love your daughter, then the Most High said, don't use your daughter for prostitution. Don't do that. Don't sleep with them and throw them away. You got to keep that woman and raise her up.
That's right.
So, man, take care of your family, your household. It's all ordained by the Most High. But this society teaching, oh, you need to leave him, girl. You just had 2 babies by him and he ain't working. He lost his job. Leave him. He ain't making enough money. Leave him. You independent. Well, who are you independent from? What are you being independent from? You depriving yourself of a husband. You depriving your children of their father. You separating the household. I mean, come on, man. You want to you leave your husband and just follow the government? Like the government going to take care of you just because they give you a welfare check, food stamps? Come on, man. That ain't what's going to mend our families. That's not going to raise our children right.
That's right.
The way that the government raised our families, I mean, come on, they got the prison houses ready for you. The scriptures say, behold, the devil shall cast most of you into prison. Who's the #1 people locked up in this place, man? So-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we make up the penitentiary. And they say we 13% of the United States, 13% of the population. And we the #1s locked up in prison. Like the other races don't commit no crimes. Like the Chinese people don't commit no crimes. Like the Arabs don't commit no crimes. Yeah, we've been at war with the Arab countries for years. I've never seen an Arab drug out his car and beat by the police. Never seen an African drug out his car and beat by the police. Never seen a Chinese man shot in the back by the police. But they're not the Lord's people.
That's right.
So-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man, when you commit crimes, the Most High will He'll deal with you. That's why it behoove our people to come back to these laws, statutes, and commandments and live. He said He came to give you life and give it more abundant. Do what He said do. And don't drop your sword, man.
Damn right.
Don't drop that sword. Once the Most High chose you, I mean, you do what He say do. If you don't, your life going to be miserable.
Damn right.
And the people only drop their sword just what? Because the love of the other nations, the love of smoking weed.
Right.
They want to sleep with white women. They want to follow the spirit of Martin Luther King and Christianity. But the Most High did away with that. So you can live and walk up. Be who you are. You lost your whole inheritance. And thanks to the Most High and the Commander General Yohanan, like, we learned who we are.
That's right.
We learning who we are as a people.
Right.
We the ones that got out them slave ships.
That's
And
right.
it was prophesied in the Bible. Your church ain't telling you that.
That's right.
Your Muslim mosque is not telling you this.
That's right.
Put your inheritance back on. He's giving it back to us. We the children of Judah, so-called blacks. So-called Mexicans, you're the Issachaриtes. So-called Puerto Ricans, you're Ephraim. Be who the Most High sent you to be. You better than all the other nations on the earth.
Right.
He told you to be better. But you want to live like the heathens, man. You want to live just like them under their philosophies. You want to sleep with Asian women and worship Buddha now. You know the Most High is angry at that?
Wow.
You know the Most High is angry for you? He's a jealous God.
Right.
He the one suffered our people to get up out of Egypt. He getting you out of all this mess, and you want to go get a glory and thanks to an idol, a dumb idol,
Right.
a dumb rock in Mecca, a dumb stone.
Right.
You want to give all the glory to a dumb stone, an idol, and not worship the man who got you out of all this, man. Come on, man. Our people failed before by not listening. So it's up to us to listen this time. We in our last captivity. America's our last captivity. Some of our people acting like they don't want to get out of here. Some people acting like they want it to continue to go on to be on the bottom.
That's right.
But me and my house, we will serve the Lord because we want rulership.
Damn right.
Rulership is coming. Do you want to be on the ruling class, or you want to continue to be a slave under the foot of the oppressor? And then you got these Hamites talking about, come back to Africa, come back to Ghana. Why? So I can be a second-class citizen under you? So I can be under you doo-doo eating Hamites?
Right.
Come on, man. Let me do it around 76. Let's know what the Most High called us, man.
Right.
I mean, to be an Israelite is something special.
Right.
Anybody can't be an Israelite.
That's right.
They took our records and made it a religion where everybody can join, but the Most High, no, it's not no religion. That's your nationality.
That's right.
If I was born in China, that wouldn't make me no China man.
Right.
Would that make me a China man? Look at me, man. I'm not no Chinese man. Even if I'm born in America, that don't make me an American.
Right.
Your bloodline determines who you are through the pedigree of your father. Read what you got, huh?
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 6. For thou art an holy people.
Now, you know, we teach holy means separate. We're a separate people. We're supposed to be separate. Don't do what the heathens is doing. Don't follow after them. Read on.
Unto the Lord thy God.
Read.
The Lord thy God hath chosen
He
thee.
did what?
Chosen thee.
He chose us. That should make you feel good about yourself. That should make you not want to get on that dang stripper pole. That should make you want to dress up modest like he ordained you to be.
That's right.
He wants you to be covered up, sister, not show everybody the crack of your butt.
That's right.
Not show everybody your cleavage.
Right.
Read.
To be a special people.
What kind of people?
A special
A
people.
special people. Read on.
Unto himself.
Unto who?
Unto himself.
Not because we think we something special. He chose us to be a special people unto himself. Like we was made for him.
That's right.
Read on.
Above all people.
Equal to.
Above all people.
You see that? Above all people. Right. So if we above all people, why are we doing what the heathens doing?
Right.
Why are we doing what they doing? If we gonna follow after the Orientals, we gonna eat cats, rats, and dogs.
Right.
When the Most High made us a clean people, above all people on the face of the earth. These laws is what separate us from them. A clean people. Read.
That are upon the face of the earth.
Yeah, that's racism too. He made us a special people above all people on the face of the earth.
That's right.
Look, drop that and give me Deuteronomy 10 and 15. We're going to roll with a couple of more scriptures there. I'm going to turn it back to you.
Go ahead.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 10, verse 15. Only the Lord had a delight in thy fathers to love them.
So the Most High, He loved our forefathers. He loved our forefathers. That's why He made us a special people. Read on.
And he chose their seed after them.
And He did what?
Chose their seed after them.
You are the seed. Read on.
Even you above all people, as it is this day.
You see that? Above all people as it is this day. Now give me Deuteronomy 28:1. Above all people to this day. That's why they be like, oh, the Israelites, they died off. They ain't Israel. We spiritual Israel now. That's a lie. Read what you got out.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
This is what we supposed to do. Our forefathers dropped the ball and didn't do that. Read on.
To observe and to do all his commandments.
To observe and to do. Not just hear it, but to do. Read.
Which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
Above what?
All nations of the earth.
Above all nations upon the earth. Look, I got, give me 2nd Ezra 6 and 56. Ain't that a good thing? Being chosen by the Most High is a good thing. Why would you drop your sword to go back to follow heathens? Why would you drop your sword to forget everything that you was taught by the Most High on how to live, on how to prosper? But you don't want that. You see the oppressors living good in big houses, so you want to do that. But the Most High said, in my Father's house there are many mansions. That's what Christ told us. In my Father's house there are many mansions. If it were not so, I wouldn't have told you.
Damn right.
You know.
The book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 6, verse 56. As for the other people, which also come of Adam, thou hast said that they are nothing.
So the Most High said the other people that you want to follow are nothing. These other nations are nothing. Read.
But be like unto spittle.
Be like unto spit. Read on.
And hast likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel.
Like a drop falling from a bucket. That's what they are. I'll take this cup across the room and the drop fall out. I don't care about that drop. That's how the Most High feel about these other nations. When He created you to be above all people. But look, the devil, he twisted it around. He got us wanting to be like them. We Indians our oppressor. Today, we perming our hair, wanting to be like the oppressor. Our hair is nappy. Our hair is woolly. That's how we are, you know, because the Most High hair like that.
Damn right.
Christ's hair like that.
Damn right.
The angels' hair like that.
Damn right.
But you want to be like this devil. Come on, man. They played tricks on our people to get us to follow them, man.
Right.
And not to follow the Most High.
Right.
Go ahead, Salah. Go ahead, Cat. Go ahead, get that brother and go on the
And that was just so heavy what the brother was bringing out.
Right.
You know, you get all that, you get all that, and you learn all that, and then you fall out. And then you fall out, and it's like brothers. It's been some sad stories from some brothers, you know, and sisters, you know, that came into the truth and they're gone. And they're gone. And like Captain Tazariak said when some real heavy one time, that he said when you see a brother, sometimes when they fall out of the truth, he said the next time you see him in the world, be like out of their minds. Be out of their minds, you know. And one time when I was coming down here in Oklahoma, we was driving across the country and this brother been gone. And he called me and he was had all this beef with all these brothers. And I was telling them just, hey, do like the scriptures say, go to he and he alone. He said, why are you telling me this? You know, I don't even want to hear it. You know what I'm saying? Because the brothers you're talking about and got a beef with, I love and respect these brothers. You know? So the brother, he went on, kept on all this stuff, and he gone. He gone. And really, it's crazy because, you know, General Muhammad pointed it out good. He said, brother, when a brother leaves the truth, he said he forget him. He forget him. I don't even know that brother's name. I remember he was a Benjamite. That's all. And that's all. I don't even know his name. No, he wasn't a DC. You know the one DC too. Him too. Yeah, exactly. Him too. But you know, certain brothers, you know, when they fall out of the truth, it's like I don't know them no more. I don't know no more. And that's what's so funny. When I was looking at the old videos, and I was looking at these brothers, a lot of them I don't even know their names. I just said, I remember him. Hey, I remember him. I used to drop him over at his house and stuff. I remember him, but I don't know his name. Because he dropped the sword. And that's the next thing. Go back to something on 65. It was John. Who was it? John 6. Yeah, John 6 and 65. Go to 67. We stop there. You know, because Christ was saying that, come here, he had 5,000 brothers following him. And now there's only 12. Now there's only 12.
Right.
Well, your house, I wanted to know something about the 12.
Right.
Read that, brother.
The book of John, chapter 6, verse 67. Then said Yahushua unto the 12, will ye also go away?
He said, look, 5,000 and left now, will you also go away? You know what I'm saying? And so we definitely, like, we stay diligent in this truth, you know, diligent in this truth. And like, it's going to be so many things that when people first come in, it's so many things goes against something. It goes against mama. It goes against papa. It goes against your grandmother and your grandfather. It goes against your kids, you know. It goes against so much. You got to ask yourself, is this the place for me? Am I, you know what I'm saying? Especially when you really understand it, we try following the Most High. You know what I'm saying? You won't get demons going to come to you and say, well, is this really the right place for you? Is this really the right place? You know what I'm saying? It's really a whole lot of, Satan is a bad mother, you know what? You know what I'm saying? His job is to stop us from serving the Most High.
Right.
His job is, and what? He go back to report to the Most High, like he did with Job.
Yep.
Can you imagine that? He gets you to smoke that blunt. Then he goes to the Most High. Look at this nigga. He's smoking blunt.
Right.
Look at him. I told you. Look at him. You know. So he going to do things like that. You know. So brother, take me to Ephesians 6 and 11, brother. You know, we battle against a lot when you come into this truth. We battle against a lot, you know. And it's so sad because we are so destroyed by Christianity. Christianity is, and that's the worst drug you can be on. You know, it's worse than crack, opioids, and everything put together.
That's right.
That Christianity, boy, that Christianity gets into you. You just, I mean, come on. You just can't, I mean, it controls your mind, and it's so silly. It's so silly. I think the Most High, he let me see that it was foolishness. You know, and I came into the truth. You know, I think the Most High was different. You know, then when you start listening to it like the truth, and you be like, hey, that's deep. That's deep. That ain't the Bible ain't never make no sense like that.
Right,
like,
right.
I mean, you know, that in church, you know. But yeah, that demon of Christianity is still there. Like,
right.
Yeah, it may be like it was in my brother.
Right.
And he was like, in my physical brother, he's like, yeah, you know, this and that and that. Nah, you know, going against it. You know?
Right.
So you get be like, hey, but then it was like, nah, this is too much of the truth.
Yeah, right.
This is telling the truth. You know what I'm saying? So go ahead and read that, brother.
Sir. The book of Ephesians, chapter 6, verse 11. Put on the whole armor of the Most High.
Put on the whole armor of the Most High. The whole armor. You know, not halfway. You know what I'm saying? Don't fake the funk.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Don't come halfway.
Yeah,
Go
right.
all the way. Go all the way. Because Satan's going to be at the battle.
Damn right.
Satan's going to be at the battle. Just like, you know what I'm saying? You can have that shrimp cocktail.
Right.
You don't have to keep all the laws. You know what I'm saying? Then you can go ahead and have that shrimp cocktail. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? You can celebrate a birthday party. Come on, what's wrong with that? Come on, your baby is 1 year old. Have a birthday party. You know what I'm saying? You want him to blow out the candles, don't you?
Right.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? Satan is going to come on you with all the foolishness like that. You know what I'm saying? to put on the whole armor of God.
That's
you know,
right.
The whole armor. That's everything. You know what I'm saying? Your mind is tuned in with these laws, statutes, and commandments. You know what I'm saying? If it's against the law, I ain't gonna do it.
Right.
If it's against God's laws, I ain't doing it.
That's right.
I ain't doing it. You just gotta drop it. Drop
That's right.
it. Go ahead, brother. Read on.
That ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil.
The wiles of the devil. You know what I'm saying? The wiles of the devil. Now look, now Christians get confused. Not so fast, Christians. You know what I'm saying? You think you talking about a little red man. They said the wiles of the devil. Who did Christ call the devil?
Right.
John 8:44, he called the Romans the devil. Romans are white people. So right now, the wiles of the devil, that means what? Crab, chicken, and lobster is a delicacy. Oh, Harm, come on, this is good stuff. Come on, they show the commercial. Oh, the shrimp and the lobster tails. They show the butter sprinkling on the lobster, steamed lobster tail.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I know, I used to eat that. I used to eat that garbage. I used to eat that garbage in the world.
Right.
You know? They show the shrimp, you know, and all the types of stuff, you know? They just, oh, look at this, you know what I'm saying? They show the pork ribs, all and everything, you know what I'm saying? They show all that type of stuff. That's the wiles of the devil.
That's right.
That's what the Bible's talking about.
Right.
The wiles of the devil. They tell you what the homosexuality is and what alternative lifestyle. Good Lord, that's just so sinful and so wicked and evil against the Most High.
Right.
But he said it's abomination. The Most High feels it's disgusting.
That's right.
They say that twisted lifestyle. Then you get what? They don't call you homosexual. They call you transgender.
Right.
I mean, come on, you're gay. I mean, come on. I mean, it's twisted.
Right.
You know, those are wiles of the devil.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But when you have the whole armor of God on you, you're going to know that's wrong.
Right.
You're going to know that's wrong.
That's
but
right.
see, that's you a twisted state of mind if you think homosexuality is there's something right with that. It's twisted and it goes against the Most High.
And like you said, man, it's so crazy. Like, Most High destroyed 5 cities of homosexuality. Now you want to pick it up? You like, let it run? Come on, man.
And say, that's just so heavy what the brother just brought out because, and if we believed in the Bible, if we believed in it and not been fooled by Christianity, see that big drug called Christianity, that's where a lot of people can get turned off with the truth.
Right.
But you start speaking the truth, they find out, wait a minute, you got a Bible. You got a Bible. I don't hear that. Because they've been turned off by the Bible.
Right.
Because of Christianity.
Right.
And then you be so shocked when you come to the truth and understand it. Wait a minute. Christianity, that religion, it goes against the Bible.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? We always laugh at my mother quoting the scripture that's not even in the Bible. We quoted for a long time. You know, we believe that, hey, that's biblical.
Right.
What mom is saying is biblical. Let me come into the truth. Like, wait, man, I asked how to talk about, is that in the Bible? No, it's not in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Come on. You know, but we get fooled, you know, by the wild of the devil.
To back you up what you said in Luke 8:12.
Yeah, you know,
I mean, because the devil use anybody to stop you from hearing the word. He uses it, jump in your kids, jump in your wives, jump in your parents, jump in your husband. Let you take your ears from hearing the word.
That's right.
Read what you got, huh?
The book of Luke, chapter 8, verse 12. Those by the wayside are they that hear.
So people, they listen to the words of the Most High. Read on.
Then cometh the devil.
Here comes who?
Then cometh the devil
Read on.
and taketh away the word out of their hearts.
See, the devil come to take away the word out your heart, telling y'all, don't listen to that. You ain't got to listen to that. You can go ahead and do this. You can go ahead and do the other way because what they teaching ain't right. Read that again from the top.
The book of Luke, chapter 8, verse 12. Those by the wayside are they that hear.
So our people hear the word, just like when we at camp. You see them looking and listening. Our people hear it. But then, what, read?
Then cometh the devil.
Then as soon as the devil come up, yeah, brother, oh, yeah, we with you. We love you, master. Read.
Hey, Salah, oh, man, that's just so heavy when the brother bring it out. Wait a minute, I just had to, but that's so heavy because when you see this, who comes up?
Right.
Who comes up? The Bible says the devil.
Right.
The Bible says the devil. Now look, does a little red man come up and say, hey, that's not true?
Right.
No.
Right.
Right.
The devil. What's the Bible talking white man comes up all the time and say, well, what about this?
Right.
And what about that?
Right.
And what about this? And what about that? And then let you know the black man that was just standing there, feeling everything what he said, he walk away.
Right.
Oh, wait, the Bible just said, then comes the devil.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. We can't do that. That's the Bible. That's what it means. That's what it means. This Bible, it's all about us. You know, past, present, and future. It's all about us.
Damn right.
Go ahead, brother.
That's right. That's how we live. You know, any more on that?
And taketh away the word out of their hearts.
So they take the word out their heart. Like I say, the brother, he'll leave.
Yeah.
Then the white man, the devil just come to get you off your topic so you can switch topics and don't continue to teach them your message to reach your brothers and sisters because they listening.
Yeah.
Even though they be standing out far away, they be listening. But then as soon as that devil come up, everybody think it's a confrontation. And then they want to come surround you and take the Most High's word out their heart.
That's right.
But it ain't about no confrontation. It's about you changing yourself. The scripture say, cry aloud, spare not. Lift up our voice like a trumpet and show my people their transgressions.
Right.
And that's what we do when we go to camp. That's what we do when we teach class. We show our people their transgressions, their sins.
Right.
Because the Christians don't even know what sin means. The meaning of sin is transgressing against the law. So how could the pastor say you stop sinning if he tell you the laws are done away with?
Right.
And then he'll tell you that the wages of sin is death. Pastor, you don't know what a sin is and you're trying to get my people to die.
That's real.
Hey, come on.
You missed the mark.
Right.
Come on.
And it's like if I could, and our people is so easily rocked to sleep in these churches, you know, by a dance and a song and a nice, you know, the pastor, he gonna talk to you nice and sweet, you understand? And they're not used to hearing a man telling them that they have to change. You know, we have to cry aloud. We have to tell our people, hey man, get out of the street. You're going to die. You understand? And by us telling them like that, they think we are, you know, aggressive and you know, acting like niggas and, you know, and gangbangers and all of these things. But we love our people, man. And we want you to get out from in front of that train because you're going to die out here in your sin if you don't change. You understand? That's all we live for.
And that's what we tell the sisters.
Right.
We want our sisters to change.
Right.
So they won't be fighting after the club at night. They won't be in the Waffle House fighting each other.
Right.
So we teach our sisters correction.
Right.
We love our sisters so much that we'll correct them when they falling off.
That's right.
But some people look at that as, hey, y'all hate women.
Right.
Y'all hate women. Well, people hate correction.
Right.
People hate instruction.
Right.
That's what the Most High is here for us to do, is give us instruction. The laws is instruction. That's right. Follow what to do and what not to do.
Right.
Without that, you're bump. You're stumbling and fall.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Salakia, but you know, sometimes it's just not gonna feel right to you because it's coming, you know, to correct you. And correction sometimes just don't feel right, but it is right.
Right. But we can check all the time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's just a checking. But it's a difference from correction and checking. Correction, we do this because we love you and
Right.
we see the path that you're traveling is the wrong path.
Right.
Now, if I rolled down the street that was bumpy and then I was driving and two of my tires fell off and then I get it fixed, then I see you riding down that road, I'm going to stop you. Like, hey, don't go down there because that's what happened to me. But that's not judgment.
Right.
It's not really correction. It's me loving you enough to tell you don't do that because you're going down the road that's going to destroy you. You know, and that's our job. If I hold my sword back, it's going to be on my own head.
Right.
Your blood will be on my hands. And I don't want that.
That's right.
Go ahead, sis.
Sorry, yes, sir. And coming into this truth, especially as a sister, there's a lot of unlearning that you have to take because we're so used to being told not to take from our brothers. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, a lot of times when our brothers are correcting us or maybe talking to us, or however it is, what we've been taught is to fight against that. And it kind of go back to what you saying, like, the scriptures teaches a woman how to be, but everything that we've been taught is against what the Bible says. You know, being being soon, you know, being meek and being all these things. But the world is telling us to be loud and independent and you know, everything against what the Bible is telling us.
Christianity soothes the demons in you. You know what I'm saying?
That's good.
You go and everything the Bible would stand is, then we come with the truth. In Christianity beats like the white man's not the devil. The Christianity comes and rubs in your head.
That's it. That's it.
He's not the devil. Rubbing your head. The white man's not the devil. You know, everybody can be saved. God loves everybody.
Right.
Christ died for everybody. Right. Those guys.
Right.
You know,
Right.
all the time. Go ahead, brother.
And it be like our people are simple. It's like they think because you're trying to correct them, they think that's going hard, too hard on them. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm telling you, they be like, you can't judge me. If I'm telling you smoking cigarettes is going to give you cancer and going to give you lung disease, that's not me judging you. That's me telling you as a brother that you're going to get lung disease. And hell, the package on the side tell you that you don't get lung disease. It may cause cancer.
That's right.
But our people look at correction as it's a judgment. Judgment is punishment. I'm not punishing you. I don't have the power to punish you.
Right.
But the Most High will destroy your body and punish you for going against what He says.
Right.
And I don't want that. Me being a brother to a sister, me being a brother to a brother,
Right.
I don't want that for you because you're my brother.
That's right.
And my job is to love my brother like I love myself. Love my sister like I love myself.
That's right.
So why would I want harm to come upon you?
That's right.
Read what you got, Doc.
The book of Hebrews, chapter 5, verse 12.
See, in these times, read on.
For the time ye ought to be teachers.
See, we ought to be teachers right now. Our people ought to be teachers. Teaching the youngsters, teaching the people that's in the street. We supposed to be teaching. This 2023. Read.
Ye have need that one teach you again.
So our people need to be taught again. In the Christian church, they brought up one way. In the Muslim mosque, they brought up one way. But they all need to be taught again under this doctrine.
That's right.
That the Most High laid down in
right.
1969.
That's right.
The blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans to come on into this truth, because it ain't no other way.
That's right.
We tried everything else, and everything else failed. It's got you to hate your brother but love everybody else. Oh, I got some good white friends. I got some good Chinese friends. They love me. But what about what they doing to your people? They locking these sisters up in the beauty shops and beating the hell out the sisters in the nail salon.
Right.
I mean, come on, man.
Right.
We're not individuals in this place.
Right.
If I did something around the corner, the police gonna pull up and they're gonna arrest every black man they see.
Damn right.
Because he fit the description. Come on, we're not individuals in this place. You got to look at how your people is being treated as a whole and stop being selfish. Maybe they do like you at your job. Maybe he do buy you lunch. But when you go home, he still gonna call you a dirty, stinking nigger.
That's right.
Never trust thy enemies. The scripture call them our enemies, and that's what we call them, our enemies.
Right.
And the scripture say, never trust thy enemies.
That's right.
That's it.
Go ahead, sister.
I was going to say, maybe you all can touch on something regarding our sisters when they're concerned about talking to brothers and how they take correction sometimes. Because this world is telling us not only do you not need to say nothing to us, you don't need to say nothing to us. I mean, it's crazy out there like that.
We could teach a whole class on that, but I'm going to give you this right here.
Okay.
1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 3. The Most High He ordained the order. This is an order that we follow, that the Most High ordained us with. Read what you got.
The book of 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 3. But I will have you know that the head of every man is Christ.
So you get to a good man, his head is going to be Yahweh, our king. Read.
And the head of the woman is the man.
The head of what?
The head of the woman is the man.
And you in this school, you get you a brother that's under Yahweh, and he's going to love you, and he's going to love you like Christ loved the church. And that's your head. Your husband is your head.
That's right.
Read that again.
The book of Corinthians, 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 3. But I would have you know that the head of every man is Christ, and the head of the woman is the man, And the head of Christ is the Most High.
It's important. Even Christ got a head. Our King got a head. And that's because these Christians who teach that Christ is God. If Christ was God, he wouldn't have no head.
That's right.
So that, Martin is the stand.
La Yasha'ala.